Hello and welcome to Mindful Self-Care Daily Practice. Today's awareness practice is soft belly breathing. The self-care tool is active constructive responding. And the journaling reflection is on our patterns and character strengths we can call on in building new practices. Hi. Start by taking a moment to relax your body. Make yourself comfortable in your chair. Find a posture that feels both relaxed and alert. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. This removes outside distraction and allows you to relax more deeply. Rest your arms and your hands in an easy, effortless way. And take a few moments to scan your awareness. Wherever possible, soften and release. Relax and begin to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. This is a very relaxing kind of breath, though it may be a little unfamiliar to you. It's a natural, easygoing way to breathe. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Now let your belly be soft. If the belly is soft, more oxygen goes to the bottom of the lungs. There's better oxygen exchange, nourishing all the cells in your body, including your brain. Supplying your brain with all the nourishment it needs. If the belly is soft, it helps activate the vagus nerve. Vagus means wandering, and this nerve wanders up through the abdomen and chest and back to the central nervous system in the brain, and it promotes relaxation. It's an antidote to the fight or flight stress response. So breathing deeply with a soft belly activates the vagus nerve and helps relaxation to come. And as the belly is soft and you breathe deeply, all the other muscles in the body begin to relax as well. And you may start to feel that now. Some people like thinking of the word soft as they breathe in and belly as they breathe out. See what that feels like for you. Soft as you breathe in and belly as you breathe out. You're just noting that silently in your head. And if other thoughts come, let them come and let them go. And gently bring your mind back to soft on the inhale and belly on the exhale. Soft as you breathe in and belly as you breathe out. Soft as you breathe in and belly as you breathe out. Or you can slowly open your eyes and bring your attention back to the room and notice how you feel. Notice what's changed since before you began to now. Maybe you feel a little calmer. Maybe you're seeing the room around you with a little bit more clarity. Maybe your shoulders are a bit more relaxed. See if you can bring the same quality of kind awareness or soft relaxation in the core of your being with you throughout the day. Thank you for your practice. So why does soft belly breathing ask us to exhale through the mouth? Essentially, it is different enough from our habitual breathing that the mind has to concentrate and be aware of it. The important part is learning to pay attention, opening up to present awareness. So if you feel like you got that part and you're more comfortable with a breathing pattern where it's all done through the nose, that's fine too. Active constructive responding is a style of communication that you can use when someone shares good news or a positive experience with you. It is one of my favorite resilience skills because it can be very easy to learn and make such a quick improvement in relationships. Some of us are not even aware of our patterns in responding to others. So once we're aware of our responses and how they affect our relationships, we can make a different choice. So most of us think the quality of a relationship is determined by how you would answer the question, would you be there for me if something went wrong? Someone has your back, sickness and in health, battle buddy. Someone who would tell you if you had food in your teeth. And yes, those are important. But even if you are there for someone every time they have a problem, that is not all that makes for a strong relationship. The other question is, will you be there for me when things go right? The way you respond when someone picks you to share a positive experience with will make all the effect of the strength of the relationship. So I'm guessing you might be wondering, how is active constructive responding a self-care tool? So responding in a good way when other people share their good news with you puts you in the moment. It helps you relax and accept the moment, and you'll be happier, less rushed, more content, and you'll connect with them. And you'll also be relieved at the burden of regret, disappointment, and self-criticism. So you may be responding to email and your husband, child, coworker, someone comes to you to share something. Don't even try to do both. You can't. Multitasking is exhausting. It's inefficient. Your brain will spend more time later critiquing you for your piss poor response to the human in front of you than if you delayed that email. So self-care is doing one thing at a time, doing the best thing, giving your full attention, giving a good response, rising to the occasion. Life is short, and this is actually good for you. You'll be happier, you'll be proud of yourself for doing the kind thing, and you'll be making the world a better place. There are 4 manners of responding when someone shares good news, but only one of them will lead to stronger relationships. So what is good news? It can be big, it can be small. I had a great meal. My son got an internship. I received a gift. I found a great deal on Craigslist. I built a new room in Minecraft. My dog did something cute. The meaning associated with the experience is determined by the individual who is initiating the communication. It is like hunting the good stuff with someone else. So there can be 4 styles of responding to someone else's good news. So you have the labels passive and active, and constructive and destructive. So you have passive constructive, passive destructive, active destructive, and active constructive. So you pass a coworker and he tells you he's excited his daughter got into UF, and you're like, huh, good for her, and you keep going. So your nonverbals don't show interest, you're not actively participating, you're not really interested in the conversation, and it comes through. It's a passive constructive response. They may feel unimportant, misunderstood, deflated, embarrassed, or even guilty. So with passive destructive, the person might change the topic to something random. So your child comes in, they're excited. hey mom, I just built a new room in Minecraft, and you immediately say, did you clean your bathroom? That sometimes is called the conversation hijacker. Now, this one frequently happens when the person's good news reminds someone of their own good news or their own problem. Someone says, we finally went to the beach this weekend. And the other person says, well, we went to Disney World. Or, I wish I had time to go to the beach. The reasons for active destructive responding can run the gamut. The goal is not usually to be a jerk, but to demonstrate some concern for the other person, although sometimes it is just being a killjoy. I finished that big assignment early. You must have a lot of free time. But I did totally do this, a real example with one of my friends. He was so excited, he just bought a very nice saddle for his daughter, and I said, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. You don't even have a horse. What if she decides she doesn't like horseback riding? I was a joy thief. And joy multiplier is the only style that strengthens relationships. The person who shares feels validated and understood. You do need to stay authentic. You don't need to be a cheerleader unless that's your normal style. You can show interest with curiosity. So, especially if you don't know much about the good news that you're hearing. Oh, I don't know much about motorcycles. What makes this one the top of the line? And ask a follow-up question. Their body language is directed at them. You have good eye contact, and the sharer shows increasing joy as the conversation goes on. And it doesn't have to be a long conversation. You'd be surprised that a couple of back and forths are all it takes to improve everyone's mood and relationship. And so a better response to the saddle might have been, oh, she must be so excited. What does it look like? Do you have a picture of it? Or if someone got an A in a paper, what was the paper about? What made you choose that topic? One or two questions. Just dig a little. Use your own style. So a frequently asked question is, what if I just don't care about her manicure? Or the Minecraft game? Or the truck part on Craigslist? It's not about the event. It's about conveying authentic interest in the person. And you can ask questions. It's definitely easier to follow up if you're interested in the news, but the interest in the person is the most important. And ultimately, the sharer of good news is responsible for being sensitive to the right time and place and person to share the news. But even when the sharer shares the news imperfectly, the wrong time, the wrong place, we can choose to rise to the occasion and respond actively and constructively. We often let ourselves off the hook. We're tired, we're busy, and we don't want to hold ourselves accountable for being active and constructive. But because of that, our relationships suffer, and we also suffer. It could very well be that the person in line next to you at Publix who chooses you to share some good news with, maybe they didn't get the feedback they needed from the people close to them, and they would be so blessed if you rose to the moment and expressed some joy for them. So if the news is truly dangerous, we're not going to use active constructive responding. But if it's not truly dangerous, you just have concerns, let them celebrate their good news. Your friend ran away to Vegas and got married after only dating for a little while. Okay, well, it's done. So you can address your concerns in a later conversation on another day. But for right now, be positive, celebrate, and find out what happened at this wedding. Let's remind ourselves why ACR is an awesome self-care tool. By asking ourselves to show up in the moment, we cultivate presence. We think we need to feel something to act a certain way, but it's more true that acting will cultivate the feeling. So act the way you want to feel. ACR builds character strengths of enthusiasm, kindness, curiosity, and it builds connection. We say we want more meaning in our life, and these little moments where we show up and elevate the moment by rising to what is asked of us is allowing us to express our true nature and cultivate who we want to be in our life. So let's say we later noticed we had an experience where we missed the mark a bit. Well, that is cultivating awareness. Note that disappointment as a learning tool, not to beat ourselves up with regret, but to feel into the body and perhaps note something that we can use to have a better response at the next opportunity. You may want to journal and reflect about any of these questions. Identify some key people in your life and think about which of the responding styles you typically use with each of them. Can you identify factors that drive you into other than ideal responses? Being in a bad mood, tired, busy, how other people have responded to you growing up or in the past. Do you want to make a change in how you respond to others' good news? Which character strengths can help you? And how does it feel when you take the time to respond well versus multitask and take a shortcut? If you do respond well to someone today, or they respond to you, you might want to put that in your journal for your gratitude. Thank you.